Rogan, who just recently declared that Trump, Don Jr.,
This is
Tucker,
really funny.
Dana White, and Kid Rock,
watching
etc.,
somebody
walking out together at a UFC match was like watching the right-wing Avengers. And I can't lie to you guys, he might
really.
I got a point here, okay? I mean, I'm just saying, if I had to imagine a right-wing Avengers, again, I'm not sure.
If I had to imagine one, it would probably be them. I don't know though. I wouldn't put Kid Rock
LFR
in there as one of the right
family.
Yeah, because he'd be the cool one.
He's really
he'd be the
funny.
Cool one walking in with a beer, just now smoked a J outside or something. Him and Dana White. I think him and Dana was just now outside smoking the J. They was outside earlier smoking with each other. And then next thing you know, and Tucker probably even got in on that. I don't think Trump got in on it though. Trump was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want no weed. I know. I'm
yeah, most likely he'll probably get pictures taken of him.
Then that group, right?
Blasted
Trump, Dana White, Kid Rock,
weed.
Tucker, okay, all walking out, Don Jr. walking out together at a UFC match. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I mean, especially considering how Kid Rock apparently is out here confronting the CEO of Bud Light / Anheuser-Busch about them pushing the woke radical left agenda on children.
Speaking of that UFC fight, I'm standing there with our favorite president, and someone comes over to like the CEO of Anheuser-Busch standing right behind you. Right. So I go to the POTUS, I'm like, hey, that's the CEO of Anheuser-Busch. Trump's like, you want to go talk to him? I'm like, I do. So me and him go over. We actually had a great conversation. Really? Because, you know, if you put this in context, why did this start? It's like, you know, I told him that night, I go,
man, Kid Rock is cooler than a mother effer, man. If you look up cooler than a mother effer in the dictionary and Wikipedia, you Google cooler than a mother effer, you're gonna see Kid Rock show up just like this. In this exact same pose, it's gonna be just like this. Bow.
You signaled to a lot of people like myself, like-minded people. Put the trans thing aside for a minute, right? I was like, but by sending that can to the trans kid, you kind of signaled to us you support this lifestyle, and more importantly, like men being in women's sports, in my granddaughter's locker room. Most of us draw a hard line right there. Nah. What are you
have
doing?
A granddaughter? You're like 40,
2 grandkids.
You're like 42 years old. Well, go ahead.
It gets cold in Detroit.
Yeah, I guess it does.
So I said, you signaled that to us. I said, but speaking of, I was like, you know, if someone wants to be trans, I was like, I didn't rip that kid. I said, F you guys.
I know y'all not gonna like this, man, but Kid Rock got the swag of a hip hop artist. He don't have the swag of no rock star. He ain't got no swag of no country singer. He got swag of a hip hop artist. So he do.
I mean,
and don't act like he ain't got bars. He do all day long. His whole attitude is hip hop. Listen, we can go back and forth all day. I hear what you're saying, but I ain't buying it. I'm thinking that his swag is hip hop swag. What you say his swag is? Well, I say it's hip hop swag. I hear you. Listen, we can just agree to disagree.
I said, I didn't even say boycott or cancel. I said, F you. I said, what are you doing? Injecting yourself into this conversation, these polarizing social issues. I was like, you know, you could be doing so much more positive stuff, just making us laugh and drink beer. But I said, someone wants to dress up like a girl, they want to be transgender, whatever. A lot of people fought and died for them to do that. Go for it.
You hear that, right? He said, if you want to be whatever you want to be, listen, you have the right to do it. That's another right that you have, and that people have fought and died for your rights. Do it. You have those liberties.
We can coexist, you know, in public places. You might not be my first dinner invite, you know what I mean? And I'm probably not yours. And if you're gay, no one cares anymore, right? We all have gay family members, gay friends, gay co-workers. It's like, cut it out. Just be gay. You know,
yeah, that's the whole, everybody's gay nowadays.
Well, I'm not going to clap.
What I hear from you. You know what I hear from you saying? You believe in freedom.
Yeah.
But if you want to indoctrinate kids in school,
that's what I tell my. Let me say this to the trans and gay community right now. Be yourself. That's cool. You're cool with me. I'm cool with you. That's what most people are. But as soon as you bring our kids into this, that's where you're gonna bring people into it.
Yeah. So allegedly, you have Trump and Kid Rock, according to Kid Rock, confronting the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, right? About, you know, hey, we believe that you are supporting an agenda that we just don't support being pushed on children, right? I mean, again, that to me seems like something a right-wing Avenger would do. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. I don't think Joe Rogan is too inaccurate yet, okay? But it's commentary like that that really makes the lefties and their heads explode when it comes to Joe Rogan. Because really, the guy is more of an independent. He's not really left-wing or right-wing. I mean, if anything, I would probably classify him as a classical liberal, right? But
wow, we
he
just popped 2 gens right back to back like that.
The far left, he gets a whole lot of backlash, okay? Because, you know, Joe Rogan used to be public enemy number 2. Now, we know public enemy number 1 is Trump, okay? I think Joe Rogan now is public enemy number 3 because Elon Musk has become public enemy number 2.
So where's Candace
Why do I
land
keep
on that
screaming?
public enemy?
But regardless, Joe Rogan still receives quite a bit of backlash because he questions the official narrative that, you know, hey, apparently is a right-wing thing, right? It is right-wing for you to not only disagree with the left, but to question the establishment narrative. Again, conversations like this is what really piss liberals off. Like, for example, Joe Rogan basically saying the obvious about how a lot of people, Trump supporters, other people included, believe that the prosecutions against Trump are political.
Yeah. And the people that love Trump, they feel like this is a witch hunt, and they feel like all the things he's getting indicted for. But anyway, not only does it not work, but it kind of hardens their position that he's being targeted, and that these are like the actions of a banana republic. You take your political rival and you arrest him, and specifically you charge him with things that you're guilty of. The documents, like the classified documents, Biden's guilty of the exact same issue.
Facts, 1,000%. And
Yep,
that right there is why people need to listen to what Trump is saying. The dude is just making comments. He's just making sense at this point. And he's right, making sense, but I wasn't paying attention to him. I wasn't. Y'all was passing me along some of his videos where he was talking and whatnot, and I started paying attention myself, and I realized, dude is sharp. He's sharp. But the way he was painted out was that he was an imbecile, he was not smart, he was not ready for the job, presidency, all this other stuff. But when I listened to him more and more and more, I'm realizing that he had the keys the entire time. He had the plan the entire time. He had the blueprint the entire time. If he would have done that, we would be in a much better place right now. But he actually said in that interview he was in, where he was speaking ad nauseum about it all, and he mentioned that this is fair play now. If I were to get into office and do the same exact thing, it will be okay, because they pretty much started it. They started it on me. So now, even though I will actually have a cause for going after them, where they didn't have a cause for going after me, I can do it now. It's fair play to go after your political opponents.
Yeah, so it's takes like that, in which Joe Rogan is simply pointing out a fact, which is that Trump supporters, a lot of Trump supporters, not just Trump supporters either, I mean like independent thinking people, believe that, hey, the prosecutions against Trump are political because people like Biden can do the exact same thing and they don't face the same consequences. I mean, just recently news came out that it's expected that the investigation into Biden for his classified document scandal is going to come to a close, and they're not going to do anything, right?
Of course not.
Which, again, is something that was completely obvious from the beginning, that they were going to let Biden slide, because, again, this is a two-tier justice system. Now, again, pointing this out apparently makes you a right wing, okay? And it will spark rage and vitriol and anger from people like Kathy Griffin and Mary Trump. Mary Trump being somebody who would have no political career, or nobody would give a damn about what she has to say unless she was the niece of the former president. And Kathy Griffin, who again is a washed up left-wing comedian. Nobody cares what these people have to say. And they really that Joe Rogan can say things on his platform like that, and people do care what he has to say. Again, they so much that they had a meltdown session together, a cry session over Joe Rogan's influence, particularly when it comes to
really crazy stuff to listen to.
Take a look.
And then I have some straights, not a lot, but I have some straight guys that, you know, listen to Joe Rogan.
Check out
Joe Rogan's
LFR family.
And they will say stuff to me, because when Rogan is your only exposure to the news,